Hi y'all, it's Nikki of Soul Things Botanica, your one-stop shop for herbs, waters, incense, and more. I am doing my very first story time because I just got back from Jamaica and it was a very interesting trip. So let's just get into it. So a few weeks ago, my grandfather's brother passed away, and his granddaughter reached out to me on Facebook and told me that the funeral was going to be in Jamaica and Saint Mary, where my family is from. Well, one of the places where my family is from. And, I was welcome to come down and to the service and X, Y, and Z. So I made my preparations. I bought my ticket, told my uncle I was coming, and I went to Jamaica. So I stayed in Jamaica for 5 days. That is actually pretty much the shortest trip that I've ever stayed in Jamaica. Because typically when I go. I have never been in Jamaica for less than 2 weeks. The longest I've stayed was 3 months. The shortest I've stayed is 2 weeks. Well, now the shortest I've stayed is 5 days. And it was perfect. It was literally just as much time as I needed. It was crazy. However, before I go on any trip, I draw a card or three or however many cards I need to draw. And I drew 3 cards. And one of the cards was the Five of Wands. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Five of Wands if you read tarot, but it's pretty much like a card of like minor annoyances, like nothing crazy going on, but just like a very strange, like just minor annoyances, like, I guess, it's just kind of, just like minor annoyances. That's the only way I could describe it. So all of these random things happened to me. So first of all, I had got my nails done because the day before I left, I was at the Mermaid Parade. And I'm going to do a separate video talking about the Mermaid Parade and showing pictures from all of that because that was a great time. But this is not about the Mermaid Parade. This is about Jamaica. So I got my nails done. I've since got them redone because, filled in or whatever, because I broke a nail the first night that I got to Jamaica. Mind you, my nails are only like 3 days old. Like I got my nails done on Friday, 2, 3. I break my nail on Sunday morning. So 2 days getting my nails done, fresh brand new set. My pinky finger like breaks off when I'm getting my bags out the car. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, oh. So my cousin was like, oh, it's some nail glue. So I tried to put the nail glue on. I was trying to save it, and it was just not working. Then what else happened? It was just a series of random little things. The trip overall was great, but it was like, first my nail broke. Then the top popped off like my face mist or something like that I use for my skincare routine, and like rolled under something. I was like, I am not going under there finding it. It's gone. Then I lost one earring. Not 2 earrings, just one. One of each earring I lost. So this was one of the earrings I've lost and since found. Like one of the pairs of earrings I've lost and since found. But I lost one of these, could not find it, didn't find it until I got back stateside. So I lost my earring. Then I had my uncle take me to Boston Bay. Boston Bay is famous for their jerk. So they'll have like a jerk festival and all this stuff. So I go to Boston Bay. My uncle takes me to the jerk restaurant. It is a wrong jerk restaurant. I ordered a quarter pound of jerk pork. It's just like, it just comes in a bag. And I order it, and it is the toughest, roughest jerk pork. I was so upset. Okay, I tried to make do. I was like, this is not the jerk pork I came for. That's fine. That's fine. Jerk pork was rough and tough. So then the next day I'm eating it, and my uncle keeps dogs. So he has all of them. My uncle has no less than a dozen dogs, and there was 2 new litters. So the new puppies their eyes aren't even open yet. But he's like a dozen dogs. So like I give the dogs my bones and the gristle or whatever. So I'm going to give the dog the bones, and one of them jumps up and bites me. Like not bites me, but like she bit the food out of my hand. So that's what my finger looks like. I got like a huge blood clot on the side, and then I got this. This was a puncture. Like this is where the dog's tooth actually punctured my finger, and it was like blood everywhere. And I was just like, well, I guess whatever. Rinsed my finger under some cold water, kept it pushing. I got like a little bit of a heat rash on my neck. I haven't gotten heat rash in like 10, 15 years. I was like, really? Heat rash? Okay. Then I had bought some coconut oil on the way back. So there's a Rasta who lives up the hill from my uncle who makes this coconut oil from scratch. It is the bomb. He like boils the coconut and skim the oil. It's amazing. He usually gives it to you in a plastic bottle. I bought 2 bottles. It came in glass bottles, like liquor bottles. So I did not wrap one of my bottles up properly. And when I get my luggage back off the carousel in LaGuardia Airport, I am smelling coconut. I open my bag up. There was coconut oil all over everything. Like everything. Then I had bought some shoes with me. some mules with suede and clear heels, really pretty from Zara. Why there was oil all over my suede shoes? Like, that was the point when I cried. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I called my parents. My mother was real calm. My father, I was like, my father's a clothes horse like me. I was like, Daddy, my suede shoes, they're just oil all over my shoes. He was like, oh my gosh. Oh God, like, he gave me the drama reaction that I was expecting. My mother was not. My mother was like, girl, get you some cornstarch and work it out. And I was like, cornstarch? I don't got time to be with cornstarch. I didn't. But by then, I was just tired. Coming back, I had a connecting flight in Miami, so I had already been through the ringer with Miami, with customs, with everything, and that was it for me. The suede shoes, getting oil on them was like the straw that broke the camel's back. That's when I just started crying. But that's that 5 of Wands energy, right? Like, it was just some stuff was bound to happen. Like, it was just gonna be that type of trip. But it was minor. It didn't upset my whole trip. As a whole, my trip was great. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see like all of my stories that I posted. It was really beautiful. It was really peaceful. The food was good. It was nice to see my family. It was nice to spend time. It was just a beautiful trip. Like, it was a perfect amount of time. But those little minor annoyances had me dying because I'm like, nah, that's the 5 of Wands. Like, and I knew before I left that I was going to have that 5 of Wands energy. And it still didn't make me feel any less crappy when I was going through it. But I was fine. I survived. On the flip side, there were some great things about the trip. The first thing was, first of all, I don't know if any of y'all ever came through Miami Customs. Miami Customs make everyone feel like a freaking criminal, okay? Like, if you're not doing something illegal, you will feel like you're doing something illegal. Because the way they search you and question you, and you'll be like, damn, do I need to squat and cough too? Like, I feel like I'm going to jail every time I go through Miami Customs. I hate them. Like, nah, Miami Customs is rude. However, shout out to the very fine, handsome, young TSA dude in Miami, because when you do a connecting flight in Miami, you have to go through TSA again. So you have to, pick up your bag, go through customs, and then put your bag back on the conveyor belt and go through the TSA checkpoint again. So I had bought some Walker's Wood jerk seasoning and some pineapple scotch bonnet sauce from the airport in the duty free before I left Jamaica. So mind you, I got liquor because I bought like 2 bottles of White Henny, 2 bottles of Rand Nephew, and a bottle of rum cream, and my jerk seasoning and some other stuff. So I just put them all in the same bag together and got on the plane. When I went to go bring my bags back through customs, I forgot to put the jerk seasoning and the pepper sauce in my suitcase like I intended to do, because I was like, I know I got to go back through TSA. I ain't going to be able to go through TSA with this stuff that's over 4 ounces, blah, blah, blah. All right. So I get online, and that's when I realized, I'm like, yo, they about to throw away my pepper sauce. Yo, I was already hot. Like, before the person even checked my ticket, I'm sitting online, I realized I just put my suitcase back on the conveyor belt. I can't put this, I didn't go nowhere. But then I was like thinking, well, I didn't leave the airport. Like, surely somebody in TSA gonna be reasonable with me. Like, come on. Like, I did not leave the airport. I had to, like, come on. So I get all the way to the front. Of course, my bag gets flagged. So he's like checking or whatever. And he was like, you got anything else in this bag besides the liquor? I was like, yeah, I have my jerk seasoning and my scotch bonnet pepper sauce. And he was like, well, I was like, please don't tell me you about to throw my stuff away. I'm like, please, because I didn't do nothing. I didn't leave the airport. I bought it in the airport. Please. I was ready, yo. When I say the tear was ready, I was ready. I was ready to cry. He was like, well, technically we're not supposed to let you through with it, but since it's me and you, I'll let you go through. I was like, yo, thank you. Thank you so much. I was mad. I was mad hype. I was like, yes, thank you, God. And also the other saving grace, nobody checked my suitcase on the way back from Jamaica. And before I left in the morning, I went back to the cemetery where my uncle and my relatives are buried, and I got me a little bit of that cemetery dirt. That's ancestral dirt. That's like no less than 6 of my people on that piece of land. So I was like, no, ain't no way I'm coming home without a piece of dirt from there. So I got me a little bit of dirt. You know what I mean? And you ain't supposed to be bringing back soil and all that stuff, agricultural things, fruits and stuff. So you know what? That's when I came home and I realized what happened. I was like, well, you know what? I guess somebody needed coconut oil in order for me to get that pass that I got through customs and through TSA. Because ain't no way it was God that got me through. Because ain't no way. There's no way that I did not go through those checkpoints without some type of grace. So that was great. And yeah, that's pretty much my trip in a nutshell. I'm gonna put some pictures and video at the end of this. Leave me some comments and leave me a comment and let me know if you ever been to Jamaica, you want to go to Jamaica, what you thought about it, what you think about it. I love Jamaica. I've been there so many times. My family is from there, and it's always really nice to go. So that's it, y'all. Yeah, that 5 of Wands energy was messing with the kid though. So, but I survived, and that's what the 5 of Wands is all about. It's like, it's annoying, but you'll survive. And with that being said, I'm out.